Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Arrow Season 4. So this is going to be my review for episode 17, otherwise entitled Beacon of Hope. So this episode revolved around Brie Larvan, aka the Bug-Eyed Bandit, coming back to get something that she desperately wants. So there will be spoilers in this episode as I go over different things that happened in it. There's the warning. And if you're going to enjoy it, leave a like as per usual, leave any comments on what you enjoyed most in the episode, if there was any bits that you did enjoy. And subscribe if you are new. Now, I really did like the opening training sequence that they had. It really reminded me of Season 2, even possibly like early Season 3. So it was almost like a throwback, and we haven't really seen much of that, so it was really cool to see that again. Malcolm Merlyn's meeting with Damien Darhk opens up a lot for the future of this season, whether that be Malcolm getting power hungry or Damien Darhk just really getting even crazier. So we do see different revelations with Damien Darhk and Malcolm Merlyn throughout this episode, which were pretty interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see how that opens up in the next couple of episodes. Now, Brie Larvan, the villain for this episode, in my opinion, fits better in Arrow than she did in The Flash. When she was in The Flash, it didn't really fit that well, it felt a bit out of place. So she didn't really have anything to do with what was wrong in this episode, even though the bee puns got old after like the first 2 or 3. It was good to see Curtis get more involved in this episode. I've stated before that I was excited to see him cast this season as Mr. Terrific, but he really hasn't done much this season until now. There was an episode a few episodes back where he was prominent enough, but it was really this episode where he shined, and it really did feel like a Mr. Terrific, not centric episode, but at least he was involved. Now, the big bee-man that gets formed was really random in my opinion, but it was still kind of cool, but still kind of stupid at the same time. It was okay, I didn't mind it. Now, the use of the Black Canary cry to shut down the bees and Oliver was really smart use of her ability. And yeah, it was just really cool because she doesn't do the cry that much, and it is a big part of the Black Canary character, that canary cry. So it being used in that way was pretty cool. Brie Larvan's reason as to why she needed the biochip was a bit like a tad thrown in, if you know what I mean. It would have been better if she just wanted the power source for her bees to make them more powerful, in my opinion, because the bees are such a big part of her. Like the fact that now, oh, she's got a tumor around her spine, it's sort of thrown in there. There's no real prior mention to it, and I just thought it was just, yeah, a bit random, just thrown in there. Like, I think if it was she wanted the power source from that biochip to use in her bees, or like, you know, bend it for some form of technology, would have been a better reason for her to really wanting that, you know, that biochip. Now, when Oliver blew up at Curtis for being a tiny bit positive and like cracking a joke, I was just thinking about like, what the hell? This is like complete double standards. He never has a go at Felicity about it, but he's having a go at Curtis at the first time. I was like, what the fuck? Like, is this serious? There was an Easter egg during Oliver and Laurel's conversation when Ivytown is actually brought up. Now, that is actually the hometown of Ray Palmer, the Atom in the comics. Speaking of Laurel and Oliver's conversation, they had a feud during this episode, which was really cool, but it once again leads to the fact that, oh, is Laurel going to die? But there were big parts with Captain Lance and Thea in this episode, which could link to them being the ones that are in the grave as well. Now, when Curtis was running away from the robotic bee, that's basically like me in the backyard or the front yard of my place, because there's hornets here. So when Curtis was running away from that bee, I was like, holy crap, that's me when I'm running away from a hornet in the backyard, because if they sting ya, it kills. Now, the fight at the end was predictable as hell. Well, for me it was. I could tell from a mile away that Felicity would be the one that saves the day. They were just building it up so much, and then when she cracked the lamp, I was like, oh, why am I not surprised? But the revelation at the end of this episode that Andy Diggle is now working with Malcolm Merlyn / possibly Hive is massive, and will be interesting to see how it plays out, because we were led to believe that Andy Diggle was reformed, he was good, he was trying to rebuild his life, and now he's back on the, I guess you could say, the dark side. So overall, I thought this episode was average. There were some pretty cool scenes at the beginning, especially the training sequences. Some of the stuff with Curtis was really cool as well. But I think a lot of the episode was in the whole Palmer Tech building, which basically everything that happened in there was bad. It was really not good in this episode. You can disagree with me if you want to, but the fact that Felicity's mum, is it Donna? Donna Smoke? I think it's Donna Smoke, whatever. The fact that she was in that building, she had no reason to be in this episode. Every line she said could have been thrown away and it wouldn't have changed the episode at all. She had no impact on it. Thea was there for the whole public relations thing with, is that guy still her boyfriend? I think it was anyway. So Oliver's former PR guy trying to get another job, you know, go to Felicity. So she had sort of a reason to be there, even though I think that could have been avoided and not really necessary as well. And really, I think a lot of us watching were thinking, okay, the whole thing that happened last episode with Felicity, she's not going to be in this episode, but boom, she was in this episode, and just sort of takes away the whole thing that they were trying to go for last episode, where it's a massive dramatic sequence where Oliver and Felicity break up. Oh my god, they're broken up. But now this episode looks like it's all fixed. And it's basically the same thing that happened a couple of episodes back when she gets that biochip. In the next episode, she's walking. I don't know what's going on with the writing crew, but they just can't like form out a proper story and actually like spread it over. They have to wrap everything up in one episode. I don't understand what's going on. So really, I have to give this episode like a 6 out of 10, a 6.5 at most, and that's like the highest I can go. I think that Oliver was actually pretty decent in this episode, even though I didn't like that thing that when he blew up at Curtis. I was like, what the hell? Curtis was good, Captain Lance was good, Laurel was good, Thea was good for the tiny bit she was in it. She really didn't speak that much. And I think that Brie Larvan was good for what she was in. I think the whole thing about the tumor on her spine was a bit random, but I'm going to dismiss that because I think overall she was a decent character. So leave your opinions in the comment section below, guys. What did you think of this episode? What would you give it out of 10? What was your favourite bit? Leave them in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.